Hello, dear friends. Today is November 7th, 2024, and there have been numerous changes on the map in the southern Donetsk direction. In the settlement of Shakhtarskoye, assault units of the Russian armed forces advanced 1.5 kilometers and took up new positions towards Velikaya Novoselka. In this direction, Russian troops are likely to expand the control zone to secure the flanks rather than moving towards Velikaya Novoselka. Next, in Yasnaya Polyana, the Russian armed forces are expanding the control zone towards the settlement of Razdolnoye. There were also attacks on Razdolnoye several days ago, and as mentioned before, if Russian troops manage to take control of Razdolnoye, they could cut off the supply road to Velikaya Novoselka, leaving only one remaining supply route, which could also be cut off by a push from Levadnoye, leading to encirclement. Returning to Yasnaya Polyana, as of today, the Russian armed forces have taken full control of this area. If they do not advance on Razdolnoye, they will likely align the front along this terrain towards the settlement of Razliv. We should have a clearer view of the situation soon, possibly by the end of the week. Regarding the settlement of Maximovka, Russian reports indicate that it is fully under Russian control, while Ukrainian sources claim that the northern part remains under the control of the Ukrainian armed forces. Therefore, we cannot yet update the map without confirmed geolocation evidence, but it can be stated with certainty that the forested area here is under Russian control, and Russian forces are expanding their control to the east of the settlement. Additionally, Ukrainian sources report an attack by Russian armed forces on the settlement of Suki Yeli. Russian sources report that their forces have reached the outskirts of the settlement, and changes will be made to the map once geolocation confirmation is received. Moving to the settlement of Trudovoy, reports indicate that Trudovoy is fully controlled by Russian forces, and there are also reports of ongoing fighting in Uspanovka, though this information remains unverified. As for yesterday's news on the clearing of all strongholds east of Bogoyavlenka, this has now been fully confirmed. Geolocation material from this point shows the presence of Russian troops, meaning they have reached the forest area of Lesnaya Dakha. This may indicate that the road to Elizavetovka could soon be cut off. Regarding the settlements of Katarinovka and Antonovka, confirmed materials have been received from Katarinovka, allowing for map updates and confirmation of full control. Geolocation material from Antonovka also shows the presence of Russian armored vehicles, suggesting that this part of the settlement is under Russian control. Additionally, Russia's Ministry of Defense reports that Antonovka has been fully cleared and is under Russian control, though map updates await further confirmation. Moving further along the map to Kurakovo, there are no major updates, but Russian troops appear to have secured a foothold in the eastern part of the settlement, despite Ukrainian attempts to dislodge them. Russian forces are unlikely to assault the city directly and will likely attempt an encirclement. Ukrainian reports indicate Russian assault groups have entered Berestki, although this remains unverified. Regarding Ilyinka, no confirmed reports have been received. Although Stepanovka is under Russian control, as confirmed by geolocation, Ilyinka remains unverified and based on unconfirmed news. Russian sources also report that part of Berestki is under Russian control, awaiting geolocation confirmation. It is likely that, after capturing Berestki, Russian forces will advance along the reservoir to encircle Kurakovo. In the Kremenaya Balka area, Russian forces fully control this location, with battles ongoing for the settlements of Voznesenka and Novoselidovka. Reports indicate that Ukrainian forces have withdrawn from Novoselidovka along the railway. These settlements may fall under Russian control by the end of the week. In the sector between Novoaleksivka and Novodmitrovka, Russian forces have aligned the front and captured several Ukrainian defensive positions. Currently, the map reflects this situation. There is also combat activity in the center of Grigorievka, though no updates to the map have been confirmed. Based on the movement of Russian forces, Grigorievka and Petrovka may come under Russian control by the end of the week. The rest of this section of the front remains unchanged. In Toretsk, intense fighting continues, with both sides fiercely contesting control of each building. The Russian armed forces are slowly pushing through the Ukrainian defenses, with recent materials confirming Russian advances in the central part of the city. The rest of the area remains unchanged on the map. On the Seversk direction, geolocation confirms the positions of Russian forces in this location, and reports indicate that Vyemka is under Russian control. Additional geolocation material from this location shows that a Russian armored group has destroyed Ukrainian assault equipment and advanced 2 kilometers toward Verkhnokamenskaya. This remains one of the most contentious battle zones, with much conflicting information in the past. In the Kupiansk direction, geolocation material from Kolesnikovka shows Russian troops on the eastern edge of a wooded area, suggesting that if they reach the railway line, this entire area will come under Russian control. Further south, in Pervomaiskoye, geolocation material confirms that Russian forces have begun an assault and secured positions on the outskirts. Control of this settlement would give Russian forces a direct route to Borovaya. For now, these are the updates. There have been no new reports or changes in the Kursk direction today.